Welcome to episode 11 of Sales with Value. Today, we're going to talk about something every single one of you runs into out on your sales route. What do you do with the small order? You know the one. It's a question that can really make or break your long-term success, so let's get right into it. Okay, just picture this. You're out on your beat, it's hot, you've got a ton of other shops to hit, and that daily target is just hanging over your head. Then, a shopkeeper asks for just a few packets. So what's your first instinct? Do you see it as a roadblock, a distraction from the bigger accounts you really need to close? Look, we've all been there. It's so easy to think that the time it takes to write up that tiny invoice, to arrange the delivery, it's just not worth it, right? The commission is practically nothing, and it doesn't feel like it moves the needle on your monthly goals. Now, this way of thinking is incredibly common, but you know what? It might just be the very thing that's holding you back. So what if we just flipped our perspective on this? What if a small order isn't just a transaction? What if it's actually an investment? Yeah, an investment. Think of that small box of snacks not as a sale, but as a seed you're planting in brand new ground. A single seed, it looks like nothing, right? But inside, it holds the blueprint for a massive tree. It's the exact same idea here. That tiny little order you placed today could be the very beginning of one of your most valuable accounts just a few months down the line. It really is all about seeing the potential. Okay, so if a small order is a seed, the next logical question is, where do you plant it to get the best results? Because let's be honest, not every small shop is a future superstar. You've got to know how to spot the ones with real, genuine potential, and that starts with knowing exactly what to look for. It really comes down to a simple 3-step process you can use on your route like every single day. First, you identify the right kind of shop. Second, you understand what the shopkeeper really needs. And third, you make an offer they just can't refuse. A small, easy trial order. So what does a high-potential shop actually look like? Well, when you're out there identifying, keep an eye out for these 4 signs. Is the shop in a busy spot with lots of people walking by? Is the shopkeeper new or maybe just really ambitious and hungry to grow? Do you see empty, visible space on their shelves just begging for a great product? And this one's crucial. Is there a low presence of your main competitors? If you're getting a yes to these, you've found some fertile ground. All right, so once you've planted that seed by placing that first small order, the real work and honestly, the real magic begins. This is where the journey starts, nurturing that relationship and literally watching it grow. And listen, this isn't some fantasy, it's a predictable process. Week 1, it's that small trial, but because you chose the right place, the product starts to move. By week 4, you're back for the first real restock. Then, as customers get to know your brand, the order size just naturally gets bigger by week 8. And before you know it, by week 12, you haven't just sold a few packets, you've captured an entire shelf. This chart right here shows that whole journey in pure numbers. See that tiny little bar on the left? That's your initial investment. And that towering bar on the right, that's the exact same shop just 3 months later. The difference is absolutely staggering. And all of that growth goes directly into your pocket and helps you smash your performance targets. You see, this isn't just about making one shopkeeper happy. This is about strategically building your entire route, one small, smart investment at a time. This is where your next big win is hiding, right there in plain sight. Just let that number sink in for a second. A 200% average sales growth. That's the kind of power that's locked inside a single, small order when you place it in the right shop and you nurture it correctly. Your small investment of time in a few products can deliver a truly massive return. So here's the crucial point. If you remember only one thing from this whole explainer, please let it be this. Big sales come from small orders. It's the absolute foundation of sustainable long-term growth. Every single huge account you can think of was at one point just a possibility, just waiting for a salesperson to take a small chance on it. So as you get ready for your route tomorrow, I want you to think a little differently. Just for a moment, look past those big established clients. I want you to look for the potential. Look for that hungry shopkeeper and that empty shelf space. The question isn't if you should give importance to a small order, but rather, which new shop on your route will you plant a seed in this week?